Good afternoon and welcome to Chicago, Illinois, Lamont, Illinois, the home of the 2026 Thunderbird Cup here for the Midwest Rugby Union. We are just about ready for action here. Coming up next, we've got CARFU taking on Ohio in the Women's U23 Cup final. It should be a fantastic match between two teams, both victorious yesterday. Thank you so much for joining us. I am Tim Wilkes, joined up here in the booth by Mr. Ryan Gray, Mr. B-Side Boys podcast himself, and we should have an excellent matchup on our hands. Ryan, I know you got to see got to see CARFU yesterday, so let's take a little bit of a look here at this beautiful Chicago Blaze Rugby Complex. You're part of this next level rugby production. Ryan, take us through CARFU.
CARFU led in the front row by West, Crafton, and Zanka. In the second row, Sandoval, Egbutu, and then in the flankers, Fenderson and Cotillo. Number 8, running the show, Amani Hernandez from DePaul University. Now taking a look at the back line. Scrum half, Lauren Heinich. She's running around the field, setting up her teammates. She'll have fly half Johanna Jacobson out of DePaul. Her wings will be Natalia Stewart and Gabriela Silvas. And then in the centers, both from the Chicago Lions, Bakir and Fabian. And then at fullback, Bo Bushman from the Chicago Lions as well.
On the other side for the Ohio Rugby Union, up front, it's Wolf and Reichman in the two prop positions. Jordan Barr, the hooker. On the second row, it's Gadetsis and Moinar. Your flankers, Zaire and Natorp, and the 8-man, Bonici. On the back line, Maya Weber running the show there with Ruth Musser, the number 10. Trippy, and also on the outside we'll have Mackenzie Minute. Your centers are Strauss and Coffer, and in the back end it's Cycli running the show from the fullback position. Yesterday saw both of these teams victorious. The Ohio women here in the pink, a 34-17 victory over the Chicago U23. Adam Falk, our referee. At a stone. One of the ARs out there as well, and we are just about ready to rock and roll on the other side for CARFU in the blue uniforms out there. It was a 41-31 victory over Indiana yesterday. It's CARFU in the white jerseys with the blue trim with the first possession of the game, and it's ripped out of there quick, but not releasing is going to be the penalty there on Samantha Trippy.
Yeah, and this CARFU team really led, even though they're a U23 squad, they've got some senior side players from North Shore and the Chicago Lions. You see Fenderson there, number 6. She's a good, strong runner for this squad as well. She's out of Loyola University. But look for these connections between the Chicago Lions centers to really be the key for this CARFU backline to score some points early in this match.
Maggie Crafton out of the University of Arkansas starts us off. This one gets knocked on there by the ladies in pink. So advantage being played, not released out of there. And we're going to have a penalty given. Our first penalty of the game here for the ladies from Chicago.
Yeah, Ohio just trying to make something happen in the lineout. They want to get that steal, ends up intentionally knocking it. So CARFU will keep the ball and just running a hard crash early to set the tone.
Miranda Zanka slams her way forward and breaks that gain line to set up another attack off the left-hand side. Strong tackle behind that gain line. Good work there from Strauss. Coming up and securing that one-on-one tackle. There, Jacobson trying to run the show. Gets it in there to Baker for the crash. Ladies in pink holding firm here under 2 minutes gone by in the first half. You see that charging defense coming up and getting the hit behind the gain line. Madison Coffer out of Ohio Wesleyan with the big stick there. But relentless stuff here from CARFU. First 4 or 5 phases, they've been able to secure possession with ease each and every time. Around the side they come, but the offload, a little too much there, gets knocked on, couldn't hang on to it that time. It was Zanka. So first bit of rugby here from the ladies in pink for Ohio. Big time collision at the center of the pitch. Strong run from Natorp. Maya with the first one of the match. Off the outside, a little bit of a gap there, but that door gets slammed shut quickly. they'll try to spin it to the outside. There's the kick behind the 22-meter line, but it was brought back. Not going to matter, though, as this one's straight up the pitch. Tackle secured there on top of it, but fighting with it while on the ground was the Chicago area Rugby Union players. That was Bushman. Did not fully release, and so just like that, the Ohio women with their first attacking opportunity of the match. Pick and go, pushes them inside the 22-meter line, and support arrives to clean it up. Keep it in tight this time. Reichman out of Los Angeles, lost this one. It gets coughed up, and CARFU look to make him pay. Egbutu with the strong run. And Ryan, first time we've seen Ohio with the ball. They looked really good there to be able to progress their way down the pitch, but all for nothing.
Love the pace of this Ohio team. Just ran away from her own support, and that's what allowed CARFU the easy poach. But look at this intensity, not only on offense, Ohio also meeting CARFU at the gain line defensively, too.
Great work on the outside. That pass was given at the very last second, but the wherewithal that time by Samantha Trippi to basically make 2 tackles on that one, force it to the outside, and still be able to get it done. So strong defense there. We do have an injured player down, possibly close to that passing lane there for CARFU. So we'll take a quick stop here, but 4 minutes into this one, both teams showing why they were victorious yesterday. Some good rugby from both.
The only thing I saw was...
And so looking at this turnover here, just runs away from her support, and look how quick CARFU is to get their hands on the ball, create that turnover there. Sandra Egbutu to get the ball back for her squad. And right before that stoppage there, you're going to see CARFU do this a lot today. They did it a lot yesterday. The hook, Maggie Crafton from North Shore. You can find her real easy. She's got the bright pink hair. When they need to settle things down and they need a consistent runner in the pack, they look to go to Crafton to settle themselves down, gain some extra meters, and really set up that next phase. And you see them already doing that here so far. But again, this intensity from Ohio, it's impressing me off the jump. They're meeting this CARFU team.
Awesome, thank you.
So twisted up there on that offload. Just kind of an awkward body position, just landing on top while twisting down as she's getting checked in on.
Okay, she's staying on, or nope? Okay. Blue, do you have your sub in for her?
Sorry?
Do you have your sub in for her?
No, do we have some? Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
So just like that, it'll be Johanna Jacobson that will step off the pitch. In the team's fly half, they'll be looking to find a little bit extra off the bench here with 4 minutes into this one. Not the way you'd like to start this if you're the ladies from the Chicago area.
And just unfortunate there, too. It's day 2. You had a great performance on day 1. And 4 minutes in, just an unlucky, awkward landing. And you're off of the match early. Let's see how CARFU responds and plays for their fly half here.
Set.
Lauren Henich puts this one in. Little bit of a shove there. Flanker's able to tap that one back there for the ladies in pink. And here come Ohio. The Torp ends up getting it. She was the one who kept that one in play. Tries to get back up to her feet, but too much traffic around it. And a great take there from the other side. That's Cotillo. Was able to rip it out of there and get the steal back for CARFU. Center of the pitch. A little bit high running there. Eventually able to power through and get to deck. See if they can come up with an exit strategy. They're off the back, another strong tackle. Slows them down. Try to find some space on the far side. Able to break through the gain line. Give themselves a little bit of a release there. Still there. Available out the back. So they'll keep things moving. Tackle by Jordan Barr. Off to the left. A little bit of space out there, but catching this one a little too flat-footed. As they went to deck, it's ripped out of there, not releasing, going to be the call. We'll see if they slow it down a little bit. Almost went for the quick tap there, Ryan.
Yeah, and going quick tap, you see the try line right there. You want to put points on early, and they do end up tapping it, but then a deep pass now working it to that left sideline.
Through the hands, Gadetsis
No,
takes it into contact. Good tackle by Egbutu again.
four. No,
And a
no.
penalty is going to be
Not
given
releasing.
here. Hands in
Short
the
sit
ruck
there.
by Ohio.
You have to release.
Great patience there from CARFU to turn this ball over through a penalty.
I don't know what happened
And
yesterday. I wasn't
danger
in
zone
yesterday,
here.
so that is no
Ohio
improvement.
threatening to score. Great job to get
No,
the
you're
turnover
tackling,
through
so
the
release
penalty.
and roll. So I had their
This
kid
CARFU
take the
team,
ball, but
look
it's your
for
penalty
them
right
to
now,
kick
okay?
for touch and go for their nice line-out set piece. They have a great back line to play off this line-out. And just about saved there by Ohio, but it does go into touch. We will have a line-out for CARFU. Excited to see what this back line can do off of this set piece.
There you go, okay? Here's your line there. How many blue?
Up and
again.
Crafton will get us back going again. Almost saved there on the outside by Samantha Trippi out of Bowling Green University. 27 meters from their own try line. See what they're able to do. Ball in hand here as they try to spin it across the pitch. Into the teeth of the defense they go. Maria Baker could not crack the code, but they look to find some more space on the outside. This time they're able to get around the corner and find Silvis. Bends off one, gets hit over the midfield stripe by the second, and a big-time counter ruck from two pink jerseys comes in, clears it out, and earns themselves the penalty.
Back 10, back 10.
The two-person counter ruck to blow that up created that turnover. What intensity. Just when CARFU thinks they've got an advantage by gaining all those meters, Ohio wins it back, setting the tone at the breakdown and blowing up that ruck.
Huh?
Ohio will reset this one, punch it out into touch, and give themselves another attacking opportunity. Just over 7 minutes gone by, but neither team really showing that they are the more dominant in this one. And both with victorious yesterday, both put up over 34 points in their matches. So highly potent offenses starting to get a taste of the defense so far. Through the hands it goes, uncontested, says our referee, Adam Falk, and a nice little fake there on the dummy, and they're able to get through the defense. Evelina Strauss of Mentor, Ohio, sets up the attack for the U23 Ohio women. Time maybe a little high. Referee thought so as well. So advantage being played. This will give Ohio an opportunity, if they can't break the line, a chance to maybe put this one out and set up another line out, see what they decide. Last time in the same spot. Maybe kick that one a little bit there, but never a full clear tap. So we'll come back, and Maya Natorp sets this one down. And then the secondary quick tap, just like we saw last time. Kick up over the top. Not a lot of space or distance there. Cotillo is able to snag this one out of the air. Eventually gets ridden out into touch, but flings it backwards before. Ohio is able to get possession from this. 25 meters out. Out it a little bit flat-footed, and that defense comes up and 6 meters behind the gain line, jar it loose. Still in possession here for Ohio. Tim Wilkes and Ryan Gray taking you through all the action. 9 minutes into this Cup championship here on the U23 side. Into touch, go Ohio. And Ryan, you were talking about it before the game. This is a rematch from last year's U23 championship. CARFU looking to go back-to-back.
Yeah, last year CARFU was victorious over this Ohio squad. And again, you can feel the intensity between these two teams. Neither team giving an inch here. Last year they were in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. This year they're with the rest of the Thunderbird Cup here at Lamont, Illinois at the Chicago Blaze facility. And this is going to be another fantastic match between these two rugby unions.
And this time could not get it up and down through the line out or Ohio. And so we will have the turnover, a scrum back to CARFU. And on that last one, it was a steal against the head for Ohio. That lady right there, Maya Natorp, closest to the camera, was able to keep that one in play and take the steal this time. Strong shove from CARFU, secures possession inside their own 22. Do not decide to kick, and they get a huge tackle coming in. Off to the right-hand side, they try to get around it. Madison Coffer with that last big hit, but now around the corner, another strong tackle slows things down. It's Trippy again, laying the wood on the outside.
Hands out, break. Hands
To
out.
contact they come. CARFU still playing out of their own end. Haven't seen many kicks so far in this one. Earlier this morning, a little left to right breeze, but not a ton to worry about here in the afternoon in Lamont, Illinois. There's a strong run, surges him forward, but it's ripped out of there. Big time take from Josephine Zaher out of Ohio University. This is good from Ohio. They've established themselves in enemy territory just until that errant pass. Nobody thought it was coming to them, and now CARFU look to push their way back down the pitch.
Hands out.
So far, Ryan, that's kind of been the name of the game so far. We've seen Ohio work their way down time and time again, but just haven't been able to really find the key to unlock this one and get some points on the board.
Yeah, both these teams doing a great job for a few phases in a row, and then just either a mental lapse or just a little mistake creates that turnover, and neither team able to have anything to show for it. Just a great classic battle as they're fighting for every inch, every takedown.
The Rucks are really starting to get ratcheted up here. Miranda Zonka moves her way inside the 22. They keep it in tight in the engine room. Couple of pick and goes, and now they'll spin it over to the outside. Look for a little bit of space out here. Into contact they come.
Feels good.
But it's ripped out of there. Referee said steal was good, and it's Mooser with ball in hand. A couple of pitches back. Gedetsis keeps things moving off to her partner lock in crime, Molnar.
Blue in from the side.
And Ohio
CARFU
doing
in from the side, yeah.
an amazing job at every single breakdown contesting there, and they're getting away with a poach early on there to create that turnover. You just see those hands quickly. They release the tackle, they're going for ball, and they are challenging CARFU and making them uncomfortable. So when we take another look here, CARFU trying to make something happen, but leaving the feet, coming in from the side, that's going to be a penalty all day.
Gotta love the battle there within the Rucks. Just a few plays before that, it was ladies from Ohio. We've seen a couple of counter Rucks where they've completely blown it apart. So keep an eye. No possession is secure in this match, and that one just off the mark. Not straight, says the referee, and so we'll come down to a scrum back to CARFU.
That's the thing. We're seeing some really good things from both sides, but just not enough sustained momentum. Just these little mistakes, handing the ball over to the other team. And it's because both these teams are doing a great job meeting each other behind the game line, making everything more difficult than yesterday. Both these teams look a little more frustrated because that space that was there yesterday isn't there today. Maybe a change in game plans from both sides coming here soon.
And already 80 minutes of running around the pitch on these legs already. It's going to make it a little bit more difficult. We've seen the tenacity from both these squads. They are both fully intent on coming away with a victory here in the U23 Championship 2026 Midwest Thunderbirds Cup. Spin this one out to the left-hand side. They've got numbers there if they get it out quick. Can't quite get around the edge. Nice little fake to keep things moving. Rhea Bacher continues the play. Into contact goes Ulrich. But it's eventually knocked on, or AR on the far side spotted the knock. And so another little turnover is, again, 14 minutes, almost 15 minutes into this match. Neither team really getting very close to that gain line. Or excuse me, to the goal line.
Yeah, so close there. You thought maybe she held on to it, but just out of reach there, just about an inch or two away in that knock-on. She scoops it back. It turns into that turnover there. Again, so much pressure. Really frustrating both offenses here. A huge scrum from Ohio, but we're really just seeing play stuck in the middle of the field. But because these defenses are both playing lights out.
Bind. Set.
Maya Weber, two-time NCR All-Star here with the Thunderbirds. Gets the return pass on the outside and hits the Jets to get around one. Sends one to deck. Brings it up close to the midfield stripe. The offload keeps things moving. And now Ohio really starting to get the gears cranking. Great work to be able to put that one down, pop back up to their feet, and Cyclee picked it up off the ground and kept things moving. Back here to the near side. Not as quick as they needed to get around the edge, but they're able to secure possession in the center. Now looking back to the near side. Good little burst. Has a little bit of support on the outside, and they're able to keep it in the hands of Trippy. Back in. Hits Strauss. 10 meters away now. CARFU's able to recycle and fringe here to the outside. Slams that door shut as Gadetsis could not find any space. Back to the right. Through the hands. See if they've got numbers there on the far side. Through Nortorp. This pass a little bit off the mark. As Minute could not hang on to it. Will eventually trickle all the way out into touch, and we'll have a line out back for CARFU to try and flip the pitch.
Oh, and that's exactly what you want if you're Ohio. You work the ball all the way to the left side of the field. Now CARFU's defense, they are rushing over to make sure they can match. And then on the counterattack, Ohio then spins it to the right side. They've got the numbers advantage, but just off the mark on that last pass. If that ball hits hands, Ohio comes away with some points here.
Been that close for him, just that final little bit has not been in the bag thus far. We have a water break here. I believe an injured player on the deck. Take a look and see if we can get you a little more info. Thank you for joining us wherever you may be here for the 2026 Thunderbird Cup. And up next, we have the U23 Men's Cup Game 3. In that round-robin tournament, it'll be CARFU and Minnesota, both with losses to Allegheny on the board so far. So we'll see who can ratchet things up. They're going to sort a couple things out on the pitch, so we will step aside. When we return, we'll have the final 20-plus minutes of action here in the 2026 Thunderbird Cup. We'll be right back.
Growing up in Mississippi, my prayer was, for as long as I can remember, God, use me. Use me, use this life. I don't know what the future holds for me, but I know that there is a vision for my life that is greater than my imagination can hold. Use me, use me. What would you have me to do? And that dream, that desire, that prayer brought me somehow to television.
And she's gonna learn that this life will hit you hard in the face. Wait for you to get back up just so it can kick you in the stomach. But getting the wind knocked out of you is the only way to remind your lungs how much they like the taste of air.
If we want to give all of our children a foundation for their dreams and opportunities worthy of their promise, if we want to give them that sense of limitless possibility, that belief that here in America there is all.
Welcome back. We are just about ready to get this one going again. Clear the field for just a moment. We are ready for more action here. CARFU with the line out on the far side. They're able to get it through the hands. They've been pinned in on their own end for a good majority of this match. Strong defense there from the ladies in pink has been the name of the game thus far. Through the hands, CARFU trying to find some space here on the near side. Great work for the ladies on the outside, and that's Trippy again, able to come up and usher them out into touch. She has been a brick wall on the outside.
And great body positioning there. She knows that Natalia Stewart wants to offload that ball back inside, but she positions her body perfectly, gets her arm wrapped up around her arm and the ball. Impossible to get that offload. Goes into touch. Line out, Ohio.
That's right.
Off the mark, not straight there. So we'll set up here for another opportunity for CARFU
Just come here. We're not straight.
to relieve a little bit of pressure as we'll take another look.
Yeah, just way over the top there, right to their own player. Easy call, not straight. You know, one thing I'm seeing from both these teams, when they get a line break, Normally, that's something you celebrate, you're super excited about, but the support is having a tough time following their own players on offense, and that's what's creating all these poach opportunities. They're running away from their support, need to keep those feet a little longer. Ohio really taking advantage of this. Continue to watch them attack at the breakdown after that line break.
Able to secure possession off the back again. Their team really looking too dominant there in the scrums. Big time collision there. Gabriela Silvas right through the defense, but had a forearm come up a little high that time, and she's the one that gets dinged for the penalty.
Than me. I had her leading with the forearm there. Did you have that too?
I agree with you.
Okay, thank you. Yep. So right here, yep, leading the forearm.
Yeah, you hear it there, and you can see it on the replay. It looks like she comes up with that forearm. And yesterday, CARFU also had a yellow card from a forearm in a stiff arm. No yellow card here, just a penalty.
It's Madison Coffer, the 23-year-old 6-foot-tall player, just smashes into the defense that time, able to move her way down, but just still couldn't find that final little burst to get through.
Oh, the contact there, just meeting each other on the edge. You just want to see her take one more step inside. CARFU with a huge opportunity to get out of trouble with a great line out here.
Number 12, Maria Becker, that was able to come up and make that hit. The big collision that sent them out. And again, still not straight on the line outs. So an option for Ohio is they will take the scrum. And this might be the opportunity they need. We're 20 minutes into this match. Again, neither team has really been able, I think maybe once Ohio was down here close. This is definitely an opportunity to maybe see how much they were able to work on the practice pitch. Maybe bring that here to the game.
That lineout's been tough for both teams, so definitely the good option to go off the scrum. See if they can get it to the back line here. But a great drive from CARFU with the steal.
That ball pops out of there, and the flanker on the far side, Fenderson's able to get to it first. Still inside the 22, but they're able to get a full head of steam going and into contact. A big-time collision sends Sandoval over that 22-meter line, and now they're able to burst through again. Wursterholzer keeps things going off to the right. Again, that defense has been fantastic for Ohio, and again around the corner, another tackle by Trippy as she slams that door shut again.
And again, Stewart yesterday able to find so much space along the touchline, but Trippy again and again using the touchline as a 16th defender. Another line out here forced by great body awareness, taking the ball carrier into touch. Great work from the Ohio defense, but also great work from the CARFU defense. They're playing their best defense with their backs against the wall. We have a defensive power matchup in this one.
Trippy, a All-American second team back in 2023 with the University of Cincinnati. They still have possession to the Ohio Elite. Spin it out, try to find some space on the outside. I like the depth here, all the way through the hands. Eventually, just going to have to hang on to this one. Good work from Kayla Cycli. Almost might have had that final pass to the outside, but now they'll bring it back to the center. Reichman with it. Big fin from Maya Natorp. Sends the would-be tackler away. Good determination from Alexis Fenderson. Follows through, makes the tackle. Now an opportunity here for Ohio. 22 minutes into this match, still no score in this U23 Women's Cup final. Kick secured by the ladies in pink as they continue to progress their way down the pitch. Nice little move from Musser. Off to the right-hand side, finds the scrum half Weber. She continues the charge for Ohio. Slow it down a little bit. Group of forwards there in the center, but a big-time tackle from Zanka slings them down. And trying to go through the hands, but great work shooting up. Might have been, it's actually Hennick that was able to come up and make that tackle behind the gain line. Strong defense from both of these squads has been the name of the game. A little bit slower coming up as a full line this time. They're able to slam that door shut again on the outside. No room out there for Mackenzie Minute. Now the kick through, they're just going to have to try to manufacture some ways, and the bounce of the rugby ball comes right back up, and Kayla Cycli, the 22-year-old from Akron, Ohio, gets on the board for Ohio first.
Ohio, you can't go through them, so you're going to go over the top. Love the creativity here. Got to make something happen. It felt like Ohio has been knocking on the door, ready to score, and a great timely kick here as they've been just bashing into this defensive line. So a great kick over the top, takes an Ohio bounce right to her hands. A great little step, dots it down for the first try of the game. Great stuff from the player from the Columbus Squirrels.
Rookie of the year last year for the Columbus Squirrels. She looks to set up the kick here as well. So a 2023 academic All-American out of Ohio Wesleyan. Takes this kick to perfection as well, slots it through and extends the lead for the Ohio Rugby Union 7-0.
Another look here. We've seen so many times they're working on that outside, just crashing in that 5-meter channel. And instead, she pops it over and a perfect bounce. And you can see the defender, the look of defeat, because the rugby gods, you never know which way that egg-shaped ball is going to bounce. And this time it goes directly into her hands. But it doesn't happen without the amazing awareness and the amazing touch and finesse on that kick. Great finish and a great first try in this match.
Just take a little break right now, take a little water. They're going to get the ambulance off.
We're going to take another quick break here as we clear the field just for a couple minutes. It shouldn't be long. We'll be right back with more action when we return.
Most girls are smart and strong and beautiful. Most girls work hard, go far, we are unstoppable. Most girls are fighting to make every day. Not too hard to say. I wanna be like, I wanna be like.
So actually, before I started playing rugby, I was just a cheerleader for my high school, and I was very shy, nervous, and being around teammates. Rugby is a very accepting sport. I wasn't embarrassed about my body or anything. People really welcome you and actually like take your strengths and weaknesses and work with you to like make you a better person and player.
You hit each other and then you're friends.
Yeah.
I really like the camaraderie of it, and like the game is just so physical and it's fun.
Definitely try it. Like you maybe don't think you're the strongest, but once you go out and like you hit someone, that adrenaline is so amazing.
Tell me about your experience with RCT so far.
Well, I think my experience can be best described as really fun and community bonding because I meet so many new people playing the sport I love.
I wrestle and I play football, and there's nothing like rugby. You know?
Yeah, everybody that I've ever met that tries rugby just comes to one practice has ended up liking it. And I asked her like what it was, and she said like full contact, like same rules, guys and girls, and I didn't believe her. And then she was like, oh, come out to our practices. And I did, and I was like, oh yeah, I want to play. And then I started playing, and it was really fun.
I don't know, it's just a game that I love. It's pretty fun though, I don't know, I just love everything about it. It's the laid-back atmosphere of it. We all be friends on the field and off the field.
Just the bond and the vibe from everybody is nice and builds like a lot of character.
You should play it.
Play rugby.
That's it.
Like how we even like beat out of each other in the game, but then we like come together after and we're just like shake hands.
What do you think that is? Why is that?
I personally think it's like, it's just, we're all one community, like it's one family. You all play rugby, it's just one family. It's a sport.
Yeah, because if you have to have respect for the person going after you because you work hard and they have to work just as hard to handle you.
So you say that respect is probably the greatest value you can gain out of this game?
By far. Yeah. By far.
It's great. We all love each other. We all like hanging out at these tournaments.
Just meeting so many new people and getting to know them is just amazing. And meeting so many new friends is definitely...
Nah, one word is family. Like, you got people like you can depend on.
Probably my favorite part of playing rugby is like I can forget any problem I'm having at school or at home or just any kind of worry or burden and just like giving my all on the field.
We all choose to come here. We don't have to be here, you know. It's just good fun coming out on a Sunday, playing, getting all together, and just great.
All right, so yeah, I think it's the fact that we can play very hard, smack each other up, boom each other, and just eat good and talk to laugh with each other after.
So, one thing that rugby has done for you?
It's brought up a lot of my confidence. I wasn't very confident in middle school, and I knew that if I wanted to become a better player, I would have to bring up my game, which I did, and I've just become so much like a better person to myself. I see myself in such a bigger light, and I'm honestly so much happier playing rugby.
I ain't gonna lie, if it wasn't for them, I don't think I would like be around here, to be honest. So I guess family.
New York Rugby Club is a great community because they put you around great people such as Alex, my coach Alex, and he teaches me more about rugby, how I can make my game better every day and elevate it to the next.
Nah, but like, you feel me? But like, I bet like you know how the hood is, so you know like it's crazy, like around shooters and all that stuff. So it's just keeping me out from there, and then changing from like me got to worry about, oh I can't walk here, instead of just changing my life and being positive and don't need to worry about anything that much.
I think people really underestimate women in sports. Like in my school, rugby, especially the girls' rugby, is really strong, and I don't think a lot of people expect that that women can have the sort of strength or like sort of drive that men can have in sports. And I mean, you can see today, like it's pretty much even. Women want to, you know, have an outlet for physical contact or something to blow off steam just as much as men do. And they're just as physical, and we're just as, I guess, you can say aggressive as men can be, and we can be just as successful on the rugby field. So I think it just helped me learn that whatever a man can do, I can do it. It's no worries. I can do exactly what they can do.
Growing up in Mississippi, my prayer was, for as long as I can remember, God, use me. Use this life. I don't know what the future holds for me, but I know that there is a vision for my life that is greater than my imagination can hold. Use me. What would you have me to do? And that dream, that desire, that prayer brought me somehow.
Welcome back, everybody. Sorry for the delay. We are just about ready to get this one back going again. An injury on one of the other fields. Had to get the ambulance back through, but we are just about all set here for the last 15 minutes of the first half of action. Tim Wilkes and Ryan Gray taking you through everything. Live from beautiful Lamont, Illinois. And the kick through will start this one off. Big time collision. They're at the point of contact, big hit, and they'll spin this one off to the right-hand side. Frenchico. New scrum half in for Ohio. Again, a full 80 minutes in the books yesterday. So tired legs, and right now the push here from CARFU, sending Ohio back into their own 22, and the kick just to try and relieve some pressure. Only get the couple, so we've got an opportunity now as we take another look here, Ryan.
And look at this collision right off the restart. We might have taken a little break, but it doesn't feel like it. They get right back into the action. There's no need to ease back into it. They pick up right where they left off. Right before the break, Ohio scored on a pop kick and dotting it down. And then right away on that first touch, looking to make a massive collision to set the tone. You know, not often you get this break in the middle of the first half. You get to regroup here, talk to your coaches, talk to the team. Looks like a player down from CARFU. And that's a big loss there in the front row for CARFU with Tanya West walking off here. So another look at that collision. Just Huge matchup off the restart kick.
She's off.
Yeah, not afraid of a little contact here. The ladies from Ohio, the Ohio Elite, with that lead, they've been
I was right there. No, she went
very
there.
tenacious defense throughout this one, really letting that D lead to some turnovers. Back on the offensive end, again, your try scorer from earlier, Kayla Cycoli.
Yeah, and look at the
collision there in front.
From CARFU. They pushed back, and then a short line out here. This is some of the best territory CARFU's had in a long time in this match. They're going to look to capitalize here with a great pick and go off the right side.
Into contact they go. Not releasing there is going to be the call against Ohio. Not rolling out of there, so an opportunity here with the quick tap. They'll get it through Henich into the forwards. They'll push their way closer, just 5 meters out, looking for some space out there. They just push their way through. But I do not think they were able to get it all the way to the ground. It's held up, and it's going to be a turnover.
And Sandoval running into 5, 6 defenders. What a fantastic job from Ohio to get underneath that ball, but it's going to be a goal line drop, and look at them resetting here quickly. Ohio, they want to get this ball back.
Goal line drop. This one kept in play, and it's plucked out of there beautifully. And now the charge is on. Great work to be able to retain possession and take it up over the 22-meter line, but it's coughed up. Great work to get her hands on it was Maria Baker. And now it is CARFU on the front foot again. We'll scoop this one out of there through Henich. Look for some space on the left-hand side, but a big tackle behind the gay line from Zyher. Sends them to deck, has them regrouping out to the left. Fenderson gets wrangled down as well. Another strong tackle. That was Allie Wolf that time. Keep it in tight. Egbutu bursts through the defense. 10 meters out. Final tackler is able to bring her to deck. Just a couple meters away here. They recycle it through. Again, another take by Sandoval. Got so close over the line earlier. Has to be able to get this one back. They have to release. Everybody does. Gets recycled back here to the ladies in white. Scooped out of there by Henich. Into Zonka. Zonka straight through, but still gets repelled. Around the corner they come, and this one's in. Try scored by CARFU, the response that they needed.
Huge response there from CARFU. And earlier, they get held up, and Ohio, they have that goal line drop. You couldn't draw it up any better, but CARFU able to get the ball back. And a great heads-up play here from Ella Erickson. She sees Sandoval going down right before the line, and before Ohio can reset that defensive line right on the post and pillar, she does a quick pick and go, finds just enough space to sneak that through, dots it down for the try, and it should be an easier conversion right underneath the post there.
Great work for the response that time. And again, we saw that defense from Ohio. They were not going to give that one up easy. Good job to continue the effort, and great work to scoop that one up on the outside by Erickson and take it through. She saw that little bit of a gap. There wasn't much there, but that's all they needed. And Castillo's able to slot the kick as well.
And again, yeah, sorry, that was actually Miranda Zonka who had that first take. And then again, huge heads-up play there from Ella Erickson to just see it right at the back. She knows it's short. She sees just enough space on that right side. A quick pick and go. All she needs is to touch the front of that line, and she does for 7 for CARFU.
Able to take the kick here on the outside. Dancing feet there from Stewart. She brings it back in, and it's ripped out of there. Penalty, no, is going to be given. No full release there on the tackle. A few times now we've seen Ohio get dinged with that penalty, just super aggressive on majority of these counter rucks. This time through the hands, off to the outside. It's there to Fenderson. Does a good job making something out of nothing. Space on the left-hand side. Strong defense again, just sends them straight to deck. Again, off their feet. Were the ladies in pink, so they'll get sent back 10, and that's a few in a row.
We've had too
With a
many
few in a
fingers
row,
on the
here
rock
comes the
grip. I
conversation.
need you to stop. We're coming off the feet or not releasing. And they have any more, okay? Thank you.
And Tim, you said earlier, this Ohio team, they've been playing with a tenacity, but you have to be careful that that tenacity doesn't lead to undisciplined play. There's a difference between playing hard and giving it your all and being reckless. And right now, Ohio's teetering that line of playing outside the law book here. So making sure that captain talks to her team to reel it in. They can't afford any more penalties because these referees have been quick to give cards because that level of expectation has been so high at a select side tournament.
Haven't seen a ton of penalties there in the early moments of the first half, but again, both teams a little bit tired. A full 80 minutes in the books yesterday. They're able to snag this one out of the air through Fenderson. On the front foot they come into contact and just going to take defenders with her. It's CARFU has the charge now off to the right-hand side. Into the hands of the winger, Stewart. Gets around the corner, flips it back inside. They're able to keep things going. Wrong direction here. Baker just has to eat this one into contact. A couple of big hits to deliver the punishment there on the outside as well. Madison Coffer laying the boom. Back out to Crafton. Slow this one down. We take another look at the big hit there from Coffer. Off to the left, another errant pass. So every time it seems like they're trying to get around the edge, bad things happen, and this time it's ripped out of there by Ohio. They're now on the front foot, and they've got space on the right-hand side. Musser takes it through the defense, and she's going to go all the way. One to beat there, 5 meters out. Tries to drag defenders with her, has to flip it back in. Support is there, and the try is good. Good response from Ohio as they take the lead.
That try comes from the tenacity of the defense. Great job pinning them deep, forcing bad pass after bad pass, and then the CARFU defender is all by themselves, creating the turnover with a great poach, and then we see Musser taking it down. You hear the referee say it's short, and a great pop to the teammate, and that's why you always want to be following in support. You never want to assume they're going to take it the distance. Be there just in case they get stopped short, and Mackenzie Minute, she will finish it and get the points for her squad. Great support there, great finish. And again, defense is leading to the points in this match.
Kinsey in her first year plays with Ohio State University. Gets that kick up and through. So a 7-point lead again for Ohio.
And again, look at that burst, finding that gap and just creating meters and then shifting her body to get those defenders out of position, trying to weave through there. And again, just a nice push offload from the ground. You know the support's coming. We'll take the points. Great job there following that teammate. But again, defense leads to points. Do have a player down here, so they're taking a quick second here, Tim.
And we'll take that time to give Ruth Musser a shout out again. Again, the number 10 for Ohio. Played 9 years. Played with Kent State as well and Highland High School out of Medina, Ohio. She was fantastic there, kind of leading the show with that fly half position. Saw space on the outside and took it herself almost the distance. 4 Minute was able to come in and take it the rest of the way. Player is able to get back going again. And the trainer will get off the pitch with ease there. And we are ready to go. Back in possession inside their 22. Gadetsis is able to take it out in front. East-west action here. And some good tackling from CARFU to slow it down. And now they're able to rip it out of there as well. Back in the hands of Henich. Not a lot of space out there, but Zonka looks to bull her way through. Makes a couple of meters out of nothing. And it's again going out there to the weak side. Think they can find some space, and it's Baker gets around the edge, stifled eventually, and a foot goes out over the line into touch. So flirting with that line and eventually get burned by it. Turnover back to Ohio.
And we haven't seen the centers from CARFU get a lot of work yet in this match. A lot of play by the forwards. So surprised here with an experienced player like Baker getting close to the touch line and going into touch, turning that ball over. But CARFU able to steal that ball right back. So they're not out anything. I expect them to try to work more to the middle of the field.
Penalty given, and they're going to quick tap this one through Henich. She's over and in for the try. Great work. Lauren Chandy Henich, the 23-year-old out of UIC, is able to take it the distance. And another response. Time and time again, CARFU is able to get it done.
And we saw this all day yesterday with Henich. She is a scrum half who is not afraid to call her own number. If she sees a gap, she will pick and go. She will do the dirty work. She'll ruck if she needs to. And right there we see it. That ball's right in front of her. She sees a gap open up. She's going to take it herself. Creating opportunities from that scrum half position doesn't always have to mean you're the facilitator, and she proves it here, getting a nice try with about 5 minutes until halftime. And a chance here for CARFU to tie things up, but this is going to be a really difficult kick from the sideline.
A two-time All-American. It'll be Sarah Coutillo out of Spain who will be setting this one up to try and knock it through and tie us back up at 14. Deep kick, though, not going to have enough to make it. But CARFU, Ryan, that was the response that they needed. Second time they've responded within just a few minutes of the score from Ohio.
Yeah, it's making this game really exciting because when one team does something, it just feels like the other team is right there ready to match that intensity. And you see the emotion. You see the talking to the sideline and the team cheering each other on. I expect these next 5 minutes to be intense. No one's going to give up anything here. Both teams want to walk away with points with a comfortable or more comfortable lead going into halftime.
And if you're just joining us, a rematch from last year. They almost ripped that one out of there through Erickson, but they're able to hang on to it. Another fight for it. Evelina Strauss has it taken away. Great work from Natalia Stewart. Fought on two different players, eventually took it out of there, but another defensive showing coming back from Madison Coffer. Both these teams leading with the defense. We went a good 20 minutes with no score, and now here the last couple, the lines starting to crack a little bit. Miranda Zonka with her third huge line-breaking run. You're going to be playing the man here is the call. Got to make sure you're going for the ball and not knocking somebody out of the way who doesn't have it yet. Discombobulation there on the far side, but they're eventually able to get back to it through Sarah Coutillo. Nice offload. But the referee says it was a little bit forward, and that'll do it for the first half of action. Ohio Rugby Union on top 14-12 against CARFU. We'll step aside and we'll have the final 40 minutes of action here live in the 2026 Thunderbird Cup when we return.
Growing up in Mississippi, my prayer was, for as long as I can remember, God, use me. Use me, use this life. I don't know what the future holds for me, but I know that there is a vision for my life that is greater than my imagination can hold. Use me, use me. What would you have me to do? And that dream, that desire, that prayer brought me somehow to television.
And she's gonna learn that this life will hit you hard, in the face, wait for you to get back up just so it can kick you in the stomach. But getting the wind knocked out of you is the only way to remind your lungs how much they like the taste of air.
If we want to give all of our children a foundation for their dreams and opportunities worthy of their promise, if we want to give them that sense of limitless possibility, that belief that here in America, there is always something better out there if you're willing to work for it, then we must work like never before.
You might never fail on the scale I did, but some failure in life is inevitable. It is impossible to live without failing at something. unless you live so cautiously that you might as well not have lived at all, in which case you fail by default.
Movements for peace when all seems lost. Together, I do believe it is part of the American mission to ensure that people everywhere, women and men alike, finally have the opportunity to live up to their own God-given potential.
It's huge. There's limitations. There's been greater limitations before my involvement, which has stopped some athletes from being able to chase their dreams and having to go and fulfill a 9-to-5 job just to live, really.
So in life, you know, there are moments when you stop and ask yourself, how did I get here? Like, why am I standing here? Girls have the power to change the world. It is a fact. There's a really, really beautiful quote that I read recently, and I think it's absolutely appropriate to explain what I'm trying to say today. The hand that rocks the cradle, the procreator, the mother of tomorrow, a woman shapes the destiny of civilization. Such is the tragic irony of fate that a beautiful creation such as a girl child is today one of the gravest concerns facing humanity.
Growing up in Mississippi.
Most girls are smart and strong and beautiful. Most girls work hard, go far, we are unstoppable. Most girls are fight to make every day. No two are the same. I wanna be like.
So actually, before I started playing rugby, I was just a cheerleader for my high school, and I was very shy, nervous, and being around teammates. Rugby is a very accepting sport. I wasn't embarrassed about my body or anything. People really welcome you and actually like take your strengths and weaknesses and work with you to like make you a better person and player.
You hit each other and then you're friends.
I really like the camaraderie of it, and like the game is just so physical and it's fun.
Definitely try it. Like maybe you don't think you're the strongest, but once you go out and like you hit someone, that adrenaline is so amazing.
Tell me about your experience with RCT so far.
Well, I think my experience can be best described as really fun and community bonding because I meet so many new people playing the sport I love.
I wrestle and I play football, and there's nothing like rugby. You know?
Yeah, everybody that I've ever met that tries rugby just comes to one practice has ended up liking it. And I asked her like what it was, and she said like full contact, like same rules, guys and girls, and I didn't believe her. And then she was like, oh, come out to our practices. And I did, and I was like, oh yeah, I want to play. And then I started playing, and it was really fun.
It's just a game that I love. It's pretty fun though, I don't know, I just love everything about it. It's the laid-back atmosphere of it. We all be friends on the field and off the field.
Just the bond and the vibe from everybody is nice and builds like a lot of character.
You should play it. Play rugby.
That's it.
Like how we can like beat out of each other in the game, but then we like come together after and we're just like shake hands.
What do you think that is? Why is that?
I personally think it's like, it's just, we're all one community, like it's one family. You all play rugby, it's just one family.
It's a sport.
Yeah,
because if you have to have respect for the person going after you because you work hard and they have to work just as hard to handle yourself.
So would you say that respect is probably the greatest value you can gain out of this game?
By far. Yeah. By far.
It's great. We all love each other. We all like hanging out at these tournaments.
Just meeting so many new people and getting to know them is just amazing. And meeting so many new friends is definitely...
Nah, one word is family. Like, you got people like you can depend on.
Probably my favorite part of playing rugby is like I can forget any problem I'm having at school or at home or just any kind of worry or burden and just like give it my all on the field.
We all choose to come here. We don't have to be here, you know. It's just good fun coming out on a Sunday, playing, getting all together, and just great.
All right, so yeah, I think it's the fact that we can play very hard, smack each other up.
Welcome back to the Chicago Blaze Rugby Complex here in Lamont, Illinois, home of the 2026 Thunderbird Cup. Here live with the U23 Women's Action Ohio Rugby Union on top 14-12. Tim Wilkes and Ryan Gray taking you through the action. And Ryan, that early try started things off for Ohio.
Yeah, 23 minutes into this match before we saw any scoring. The defenses from both of these squads are bringing the energy. They're bringing the intensity. Big hits left and right. Big collisions at the breakdown. But we're starting to see the game open up, especially here at the end of the first half. We saw that breakaway from Ruth Musser, who offloaded it to Mackenzie Minute for that last try. Some great stuff from both of these squads. I look for both of them to come out swinging in the second half. Again, a rematch of last year's championship match. Championship is on the line again here in the 2026 Thunderbird Cup.
The CARFU women will get us started off. This one not going to go the required 10 meters, says our referee, so we'll bring this one back and more than likely have a scrum center. Unless they decide to go with the re-kick. But yeah, we'll have a scrum center. Again, a good, strong first half, Ryan, but it seemed like every time Ohio was finally able to get things moving, just like that, CARFU was able to respond.
Definitely. And looking for more of the same. These teams are so evenly matched, and they're meeting each other as that receiver is catching the ball, creating a lot of obstacles for these offenses. And that's why, too, that first try in the first half from Ohio, the creativity from fullback Kayla Salkley, that little chip kick pop over the top, had to open it up. Let's see. We will see more of the same of that creativity, but we'll definitely see some big hits here. And already you see that pressure from CARFU.
Another strong run here from Madison Coffer. She's been tremendous. Gets the offload to Weber. Weber comes around the corner, slung to deck, but she's able to drop that one back in the field of play. Here comes Trippy with her first offensive action of the match. Ohio looking to start this second half off with a bang. Try to go through the hands. They've got numbers on the far side, but just couldn't get it around the edge there. Strong work coming up and making that tackle is Fenderson again for CARFU. Space on the left-hand side. Try scorer, Cycly again, dishes it off, but that door gets slammed shut. That's Florencia Fabian, number 13, on the far side with the big-time tackle to get the turnover for Ohio.
And we've seen all game long, both teams are playing with fire along that touch line, getting tackled into touch, turning it over into that line out. I liked on this near side, when Trippy got the ball, immediately she turned and cut inside trying to get away because she didn't want to turn it over. But then on that far side, it still happens. CARFU with the line out now going the other way.
Taken off the top again by Fenderson, the 22-year-old out of Loyola University, Chicago. But again, intense pressure already from Ohio. 5 meters out, they'll need to try to find some sort of exit strategy. Through the hands they go, but a big collision right at that gain line. Becker couldn't find a path forward, and it's ripped out of there. Possession secured again here from Ohio. Looking to score. We'll spin this one off to the right-hand side through Musser. Already with one try, gets it out to the corner, and they're able to get it down. Trippy with the try. Samantha Trippy out of Bowling Green University gets the first score of the second half.
Patience on the outside. Look here, Ohio looks for a pick and go and then sends it wide. It freezes the defense just enough, and she has that one-step advantage to dot it down for the try. Great work there. And to create the turnover, very lucky there from Ohio. Could have been a knock-on or intentional knock-on, but she was able to tap it back when that pass happened, tapped it back to her own team. Almost a knock-on there, but instead creating the turnover about a meter away from the try line. Huge turnover leads to a huge try. Ohio extends this lead. And you were saying it, Tim, CARFU needed an exit strategy. This was the opposite of what they needed.
We haven't seen many kicks from them in this match, just more liable just to try and run straight at the defense, but that does not work to perfection this time, and a nice try on the outside here for Ohio.
And again, just looks like it's going to be a pick and go when you're that close. You see the train is ready. All the forwards are lined up, ready to set that ruck and push over, and it pinches in that defense. So a great job to pick it, pull it, get it to the 10, and the 10 gets it out wide, and she's got her beat by one step. That's going to be an easy try for Trippy. Great patience there to know it's coming and have that trust in your teammates.
I counted 3 players ready to defend that pick and go off the right-hand side, and they got sucked in, and they great job of whipping it out to the outside. And Trippy, only the second time or so that we've seen the ball in her hands, takes it the distance and gets the early try that they needed. Again, nobody scored in this match until the 23rd minute of action. And since then, we've had a back-and-forth affair on our hands. Kick did not go the required 10 meters, so for the second time in a row, it's the ladies in pink trying to pull this one out the back of it. Eventually, they're able to secure possession through Maya Weber, and she steps on the gas. Gets past one, over the 22-meter line, foot race at the end, finally caught from behind. Needs to look for support. It arrives there. Great work from Madison Coffer to secure possession for Ohio. We'll spin it out to the left-hand side. There's plenty of room out there into the hands of Jordan Barr, who dots it down out of Wadsworth, Ohio. The 21-year-old extends the lead for Ohio.
And just a great play off of the scrum there. Again, CARFU doesn't have the ball go 10 meters on that kick, and a huge run from the scrum half, Maya Weber, and then getting it down to the ground. You hear the referee communicating with the AR. Is it a knock? Did you see a knock? Nope, we're good, play on. And the patience from Jordan Barr to stay out wide on the left side. When CARFU's expecting everything to bunch up inside that 5-meter line, she stays wide. Easy gap opens up, and she dives over for another 5. Ohio finding a little rhythm here early in the second half. They're going to look to continue this going. CARFU, for them to get things going, they need this restart kick to go 10 meters to get things moving. So again, you see the referee communicating and staying out wide. CARFU bunches everybody up on the inside, all the space in the world out wide, and she will take that. Jordan Barr, she will take that all day for 5 points.
Yeah, you saw the winger, Natalia Stewart, trying her best to get out there, just not in time. And it's Jordan Barr, the 3-time Scholastic All-American out of Bowling Green, who gets into the action for Ohio. 2 unanswered tries, has them up by 14. A little over 35 minutes, or a little under 35 minutes left to go. You mentioned it before, Ryan. It was back-to-back restarts that did not go the required 10, giving the ladies in pink there from Ohio the short field to work from. And boy, they made them pay both times with a couple of quick strikes. They have looked a little more tenacious on the offensive end. That great deep offensive line set. They're able to break through the gain line. Didn't look like they were going to find much, but they're able to keep it going. Off to the right again. Good cut back inside from Trippy, but the pass goes off the hands. Scooped up here. Advantage being played as Bushman takes it into contact for CARFU. Counter ruck, just a keep them on their toes there. Into contact. CARFU tries to surge forward, but the ladies from Chicago repelled. Good work by Allie Wolf getting into the action on defense. Miranda Zonka breaks the gain line again. She's had a handful of those. A terrific game for her. Quick pass, just a little bit late. Fenderson was coming up, and that one ended up going forward. So we'll play the original knock-on that happened a minute ago, and we'll put into the scrum back for CARFU.
And the timing just a little off there. Fenderson, her work rate is off the chart for this CARFU team. She led the team in tackles yesterday, and you see her with some amazing get up and burst at the gain line. Just a little bit too much burst there, anticipating the ball to be there just a smidge quicker. Puts her in front of the line, and it forces that forward pass. But we bring it back to the initial knock-on. CARFU's not out anything. Look for her to do another big burst when she gets a chance.
Lauren Henich again. CARFU really starting to dominate the scrums. Whenever it's not theirs, they have a huge drive on their hands, and Natalia Stewart tries to get around the edge, but a big-time tackle happens out there. She gets slung to deck, and I think that was, again, Madison Coffer, who has really done a great job on the defensive end and offensive end for Ohio thus far.
If I'm the coach for CARFU, I am sending the message to my backline players, get away from the touchline. I'm saying that 5-meter line is now the touchline. Too many times are they handing the ball over just because they're getting dragged out of bounds.
Cycli slides in. Couldn't find a gap and eventually knocks it on as well in the process. So as we sit with about 30 minutes left to go, CARFU ball in hand with the scrum position. They need some points to be able to strike from.
Looking for them again to attack more in the middle of the field. I want to see these centers get more involved. It seems like we haven't talked about them. Yesterday, we were talking about them all day in that match against Indiana. Today, they've been very quiet. Also, the number 8, Amani Hernandez. Love to see a pick and go here and setting up those centers. Haven't heard much from her today either.
A little bit of shove coming in from Ohio, but they're able to rip it out of there. Out to Erickson. Splits the defense, still dragging multiple players all the way forward. The support arrives just in time to clean that one up. Look for some space on the right-hand side. Off the shoulder there of Baker. She's able to scoop it up and still find a little bit of space out there. Into contact goes Stewart. Drags one. Back to Baker. Strong couple of phases there. Send them into an attacking position, but it just goes off the mitts. A little bit of a low pass since Crafton losing the ball forward.
And this was the possessions that they were looking for from CARFU. Just a low pass here. That pod is a little wider than Henich expected, causing the low pass, causing the knock-on. And it was just such a great territory game there for CARFU. They got to be frustrated losing that ball in this position.
Put this one in, another big shove from CARFU. But Ohio's able to get it out of there. This pass goes a little awry, hits the backhand, but did go forward. Actually, no, they're going to call this one offsides. Was scooped up by a player after the knock-on in an offsides position. There's the quick tap coming from Henich. Gets it off to Zonka, and she smashes forward again, but she is held up. A defensive stand for Ohio, and a goal line drop coming.
The last goal line drop Ohio had, they executed it perfectly, straight into the hands of their teammate, but not this time. CARFU with another great chance to score here.
Gabriela Silvas takes it to the left-hand side. Now back in, Ariana Flores. Still 5 meters out for CARFU. Reset, pick and go off to the right-hand side, using the power game, and they inch their way forward. 1 meter away now. Not quite rolling away. There's a little bit of effort there, so no call coming. Off to the left, Egbutu. Can't crack the code either. Counter ruck slows it down a bit. But now they've got ball in hand again. Here comes Sandoval. Into the teeth of the defense. Over the line again. Second time we've seen her held up. And the second in a row. Another goal line drop coming.
Wow, this Ohio defense is not letting anything through. Look at all those jerseys. There's 6 jerseys right around, ready to go, and 3 of them underneath the ball. They know she's going low. They're already in that low position. They're going to have another chance at this goal line drop, and they're just going to go deep with it, trying to force now CARFU to go over 50 meters to try and score again.
Have to retreat, and by the time they do, only a couple meters away is the defense. A big-time tackle from Maya Weber. The scrum half comes and throws them to deck, and still kind of retreating, just trying to get a little bit of forward momentum coming. Miranda Zonka again, Johnny on the spot right there to give them the boost that they need. Off to the right-hand side, it's Erickson, caught behind the defense. Again, coming up and playing havoc behind the game line. That was Zahir.
Yep, I agree. Thank you.
And a little bit forward, AR spotted it, ref saw it as well, and a turnover as, again, Ohio looks like they've got the engine to be able to get it down the pitch, but just haven't been able to find that final pass to make it happen.
You okay?
Yeah, and with that goal line drop, you know, the best situation would be to get it back. The second best scenario is what just happened here. Kicking it over 50 meters. CARFU now in retreat. There's no support there. And the defense from Ohio able to force a bad pass. And now they have a scrum in their attacking territory. You couldn't draw it up any better if you're the coach.
It's the second time, once on offense, now on defense as well, that we've seen the fullback, Cycly, get involved with the boot. This time the huge push comes to fruition here for CARFU as they secure the penalty off of a big-time drive.
They knew they had it in them to drive over in that scrum, and now we see it here. They've had the size advantage, getting that scrum penalty. Take another look. They see that ball in, and 8 working as one. That is one of the greatest feelings in the world if you are in the tight 5 when you can dominate the other scrum like that. But see, they're going to put a little pep in their step. I guarantee the forwards are going to have a little more energy and a little more motivation after getting that done. Kind of gives you a little extra turbo in the tank once you do something like that.
For sure, plenty of bright spots for CARFU. Again, and throughout the first half, they were always just one try away. The response was never more than a few minutes away from the Ohio try. They got back-to-back here in the second half, and now CARFU trying to get back to the midfield stripe, but just left a little bit stranded. Ohio got their hands on it, secured possession. Now the quick tap sends them back on the attack. Off to the right-hand side they come, through the hands, and now a burst there from Coffer. She drags a couple of players all the way down the pitch, just outside the 22-meter line. Send it back in. A little bit flat-footed on this one, but the forwards are still able to make something out of nothing and push their way over the gain line. Keep it in tight. Now they'll spin it. Trying to get it around the corner. Beautiful little step back in and a strong tackle from Henich on the defensive side. Sends them to deck and trying to look for more out there on the left. Again, strong defense. It looks like they got their hands on it. Ripped out of there. Great work coming in from Egbutu. And here comes CARFU again. They need a little bit of burst, something to hang their hat on here in the second half. They've had a couple of small plays, but no points thus far. Quick tap coming there from Henich. Spins it out before they are able to come up from their 10-meter retreat. Another good tackle there from Coffer. Space near side. Trying to open things up on the edge, but again, that door is slammed shut. Trippy just swimming through, pass after pass, cycling it out, and gets to the corner with another big tackle.
Having a conversation here. Was it a high tackle? Yes, it was. You see the quick conversation there, and it looked like just straight up and down right above the sternum there. So a penalty. CARFU is going to retain ball here. And CARFU getting real dangerous. You hear him. Get it out, get it out. But yeah, just having that straight up and down, shoulder and arm going right into the neck there. That's going to be an easy call for that AR to confirm. High tackle. CARFU now crosses the 50-meter line. and threatening to score once more.
Again, the kick's not really part of the game plan for CARFU in this match. They take the quick tap, push their way a few more meters down, and we're going to have a penalty here. Hands in, never fully released, and now they're spaced on the right-hand side. They're at full speed, but it just gets knocked on. Maris Baker couldn't hang on to it, and that center combination just has not been able to crack the code. Another knock-on turns it over again.
Also, too, 4 minutes into this match, the starting fly half from CARFU got injured and had to leave the game. And you just wonder if that took away from any of the continuity that was building yesterday. You notice they're going full speed in that back line. That pass is just a little low, which can make it hard to handle. And you just have to wonder, has that kind of slowed them down a little bit? Timing's a little off, because like you said, we're looking for the center connection there for CARFU, and it just hasn't come to fruition yet.
Well, not to mention with the kicking strategy as well, losing your fly half who normally does the bulk of the kicking has possibly taken a bite out of this CARFU squad as well. We are almost midway through the second half of action. Tim Wilkes and Ryan Gray, the B-Side Boys podcast, taking you through all the action. Mr. Iowa himself, through all the high school action. Been great watching and following along with him throughout the year. Another hard bursting run from Madison Kofer. Good defense, slows them down. Here to the near side. Again, Trippy just gives this one right back to Sekeli. But eventually it is knocked on, so not a lot happening here. We're a good 10 minutes from the last try from Ohio. CARFU has looked to be the most threatening, but just again, can't find that final pass.
Yeah, and just loses the handles on it. Almost looks like she's going to keep it backwards, but now we're stuck in the 40 to 40 range in the middle of the field where both these teams, they do one or two good things, one or two good phases, and then immediately a mistake or a turnover. We're just stuck in the middle of the field. Which team is going to be able to break through here? Again, I'd love to see Hernandez with an 8-man pick, and she does.
Around the edge comes the DePaul University graduate, but into contact with not much support, and they make her pay. Maya Weber with the quick tap, turns on the gas, and it's a foot race. At the 22-meter line, she's ripped down from behind. Good work from Natalia Stewart, but here come Ohio. A couple more fends from Maya Natorp. Gets them close, but they have to sling this one back. Did successfully go backwards, says the referee, but the second one was knocked on. Just how quickly they can turn defense into offense.
And Hernandez there, great 8 pick, but immediately no support. A great heads up pick and go, and a great job with the chase down tackle. An offload to Maya, and another offload. And you think they're going to get it dotted down, and look at CARFU able to spin their body away from the try line, doing everything they can to keep points off the board. Great recovery there, but we do have a player down. That's going to be Stewart from CARFU. But again, CARFU running away from their support not getting there quick enough, and a quick turnover. Maya Weber, the scrum half, quickly flipping the field, taking it within 10 meters from the try line. But CARFU recovering on defense. You see the teams clapping off Stewart, who's walking off on her own strength to the sideline there after getting shaken up in that chase down tackle.
Camaraderie and support there from Madison Kofer, helping out the injured player. That could be big, as again, Natalia Stewart was the one who had the jets. She had the speed to be able to chase down the player and make that try-saving tackle. So not having her on the pitch is another possible detriment here to CARFU as they look to have another player back on the pitch. The final 20 minutes of this one to decide everything. Again, if you're just joining us, last year it was CARFU with the victory over Ohio in this U23 final. But right now, that is looking more and more difficult for them to have the back-to-back championship. Referee trying to allow the substitute, onto the pitch here.
Ready?
We are ready to rock and roll. Again, 20 minutes left in this match. Everything to be decided. We thank you for joining us. Tim Wilkes and Ryan Gray on hand here from Lamont, Illinois. As the put in comes. Scrum half substitution in here as well. And finally a big time push for the ladies in pink, and the try is scored. Ohio shove their way forward, rip it out of there, and dot it down for their third try of the second half.
Wow. Look at the determination of this Ohio squad, driving forward, pushing back this team. And then the flanker, Maya Natrop, peeling off the side and able to dot it down. And like you said, it was right after that scrum half substitution and a little confusion there. And it just seemed like CARFU was not ready for that push from Ohio. Ohio, 8 working as one. They saw the try line. They knew if they could get a big push, they're in a great position to score. They wanted to come away with points a minute earlier, and they come away with it here. The entire pack, again, you have to be happy about that. We've now seen both packs. CARFU has driven over Ohio. Now Ohio has driven over CARFU. The difference, this time, it was for points. Another look at it here. Just everybody working together, and it wheels just a bit, but because they're driving them forward, there's no penalty, no issue there. And look at the excitement from the pack. That is a great feeling to get that done for your squad.
So good to be able to have that in your back pocket. Again, we're 62 minutes into this match. That was literally the first time that we have seen Ohio dominate a scrum just like that. And with a couple of subs coming in, you mentioned it, might have just not been expecting it. But Ohio shows them that you have got to be ready for everything, because they are coming time and time again. Great work to push over with the forward pack. You've seen the back line get into this one. Cycli and Minute both have been tremendous there in the first half. This time it's the forward pack that leads from the front and gives Ohio now a 19-point lead with only 17 minutes left to play. With it, center of the pitch. Good job from the defense, shooting up, taking away the pass. And Musser will just have to eat this one. Unfortunately knocked on, so indecisiveness there from Madison Kofer results in a turnover, and CARFU with possession in the scrum coming up next.
Yeah, Fenderson, number 6 there for CARFU. What a great job to cut off that passing lane, forcing the ball carrier to just go to ground because there's nothing there. And then the hesitation leads to the knock-on. CARFU, they can start chipping away here. They've got plenty of time to get back into this game, but it starts right here. The support needs to follow those runners to maintain possession.
Lynette Lim into the match. Out of Loyola University, Chicago. And off to the right-hand side goes Imani Hernandez. Over the 22-meter line. Struggle for it, but they're able to retain possession. Off to the right again. Erickson with the first try of the match for CARFU. Out there looking for some space. Good work from the scrum half, Henich. She's got a try as well. Switching positions now. And Ekbutu throws it forward, gets forward, but loses it in the tackle, ripped out of there. Now Ohio with it. They've got 90 meters to go, and they will shove their way forward for a little bit of breathing space. Cycli asking for it, takes the kick. And that really has been the difference. That kicking strategy has been able to give them a little bit of breathing room time and time again. And now the counter is on for CARFU. Great work to bounce off one tackle. Gabriela Silvas takes it in. And they'll spin it back out to the right-hand side. In tired legs here, 15 minutes left to go in this U23 championship match. Already 80 minutes yesterday. Both these teams fighting for glory here on Saturday. Hernandez met behind the gain line again. They almost got to it. The Torp, relentless on the defensive end, goes for the counter ruck as well. You see the defense shooting up, causing havoc there. Good work from Musser. Denies the pass to the outside. And CARFU just looking for some sort of strategy now. They're fully getting stifled on the offensive end. Big time tackle that time. Able to release, maybe gotten slammed to deck a little bit. Head injury there, not too serious. Into contact goes Fenderson, but she coughs it up as well. So Ryan, they've got the talent. It just has not been able to come to fruition in a lot of these. And now the defense is really starting to get ratcheted up here by Ohio.
Now, this last set of phases from CARFU, it looks like with fatigue setting in, they also are just losing any sort of structure. When they recycle, they lacked a certain amount of urgency to set up the next phase, the next pod, and not even just the next one, but you'd like to see 2 or 3 phases ready to go, set up what's going to happen next. And it seems like with Ohio meeting them at the gain line, it's really frustrating them, and they're almost shutting down the next phase, the phase after. And then when the scrum half goes to look for an option to pass, everyone's just kind of standing around. So I'd like to see them with more urgency to reset their offensive pods and set up a back line so they're ready to attack, because when they're not set up, Ohio is meeting them and driving them back. Look how far back Ohio was able to push them by being on defense. So again, this player's still getting checked out by the trainer. It looks like Ohio right now has more gas left in the tank, and you're seeing it with how quick they are coming up when that ball's out.
Looks like the CARFU player able to get back up to her feet there. Ready to rock and roll here for the last 14 minutes or so of action. Again, stay tuned. We've still got plenty to go. A couple more matches on the books. We did have a little bit of a change. The U23 Men's Cup Game 3 has been switched to a different field. So coming up next, we will have Michigan versus Minnesota in the Women's Cup semifinal. Looks like we are just about ready to get back into it. That's Sarah Osterholzer. Who's going to have to come off the pitch, and so a substitution will come in. Quite a few of them have had to be used here in the second half for CARFU, Ryan, as the defensive hits have really been starting to stack up from Ohio.
Yeah, and Tim, I think you mentioned it. It wasn't the contact on the collision. It was when she hit the ground. Sometimes the ground can be the worst enemy because you're bracing for that contact from the defense, and sometimes when your body in the back of your head is going to ground, you forget to protect that part, and the ground sometimes can hit harder than that defense. And I think that's what we had happen there. Great to see her pop up and walk off. Hopefully nothing too major there. But we are back in action.
Yeah, it just shows the tenacity of some of these hits, even on this lush, perfect grass pitch here in Lamont, Illinois, the Chicago Blaze facility. 4 fields rolling all weekend, and a show here on field 1. Here comes Ohio again. Another burst through. Maya Weber already with 1 on the day, and the Medina, Ohio native dots it down again and extends the lead for the Ohio Elite.
Finding her space on the outside. You know, seeing a scrum half get involved as if an attacking wing, you love to see it. She's got that breakaway speed. She's got that finisher speed. You see a little stutter step, it freezes the 12, and she cuts back to the outside and has that breakaway speed, checking to make sure she's good to center it, and she will. Maya Weber from the Ohio State University dots it down for another one. And Ohio now in a comfortable position here as time is ticking down for CARFU. With about less than 13 minutes to go in this match, it feels like Ohio might be pulling away with this one.
This one doinks off the post and goes in as well. So nice little bank shot there for Cyclee. Gets another 2 on the board. And yeah, Ryan, I really have been impressed throughout the day by Maya Weber. She's been incredible, a 2-time NCR All-Star, and the vice president for Ohio State has been tremendous.
Yeah, great stuff there. And when you have a scrum half who is this athletic and confident to take it. And then you have other players that they know they can pull it out of the ruck. They know they can be there and support. You love to see it, love to get them involved in the offense. And it's just another strength of this Ohio squad. Not only do they have a great kicking game that CARFU is lacking, they also have a scrum half who can play as if she's a wing as well. But for CARFU, Henich, we see her running up the middle of the field. We see Weber really attacking the sideline. Kind of two different styles there in the offense for these scrum halves.
Henich has had to move around a little bit, again, with some of the injuries there for CARFU. The biggest thing here, Ryan, 24 unanswered points for Ohio in the second half. I mean, we were sitting at the 35-minute mark, and this was a 2-point game. CARFU barely missed the kick to tie it up, but since then it has been all Ohio throughout. Strong
Tale
take
of
there
two
from
halves for sure, Tim.
It's been a fun one. Again, here in the second half, Ohio has really started to turn it on. That defense has always been there for them, but they've really started to find something with the offense. And from this lady right here, Kayla Cycli, again, she had the kick up over the top that opened things up earlier. She had a couple relief kicks, and this time she's just going to take it the distance. 65 meters for the try.
And what an exclamation point here for Kayla Cycli from the Columbus Squirrels to dot it down and extend this lead 43-12. Just a little show and go, and she kind of slow plays it. And then once she breaks that line, she just weaves through the entire CARFU defense. Head down, full speed. She knows she has that space. You can see the smile looking back to just double check, make sure nothing's coming. She knows this championship's in the bag for Ohio.
Correction there, 85 meters, and again, 80 minutes yesterday for Cycli. Again, another tremendous day. Second try of the match, and she's been money with the boot as well. Banged one home a second ago. This time from right in front of the post. It's easy as can be, and another couple on the board. 45-12 as they continue to just throw unrelenting pressure at CARFU.
Definitely feels like in this second half, Ohio has broken CARFU, and they were so evenly matched in the first half, but then in this second half, it just feels like Ohio was able to outlast CARFU at a very similar style of game. So those similar contests we've been seeing in the middle of the field, where normally CARFU's creating a turnover, Ohio's creating a turnover. Now, instead of 50-50, it feels like it's 90-10 in Ohio's favor, and they just have more left in the tank in these final 10 minutes here. Still a lot to play for.
Last 40 minutes of action or so, it has been unrelenting pressure from Ohio all the way up to 31 unanswered points. This one goes backwards. So they're able to continue on, but the second pass there off to Musser goes awry, and so a knock-on will give the ball back to CARFU with about 8 minutes left to go. And Ryan, as CARFU looks to get the engines going again, just look for some positive play. If they can get another try here, would really bring a big boost to the spirits and go back to, or here the hometown squad to be able to take something with them.
Definitely, and this is a select side tournament, right? They are competing for a spot as individuals on the Thunderbird roster. So even though the team outcome isn't probably what they want, they are also playing for themselves as well. So not saying to play selfish here, but you want to play good rugby because you're playing in front of the Midwest Thunderbird coaches, and that's the squad you want to be a part of. Show that you'll play for all 80 minutes. Show you can play through adversity. CARFU's done a lot of great things here. It's just the last 15 minutes here, Ohio's kind of broken things open. And a great win there in the scrum by CARFU.
Lynn pulls it out of there, off to the right-hand side, but a big-time tackle from Gadetsis throws them backwards. Off their feet were Ohio, so they'll get sent back 10. Quick tap coming here from Erickson. She spins it off to the left to get CARFU back going again. You'd mentioned it, Ryan. It's been great to see what has been able to come out of these all-star events. The Thunderbirds looking for more as we move through. They've been a mainstay there on the NCR level as well, but this time the kick up through from Ohio has the retreat on here for Catillo. She's able to get possession with it. Somehow retain it out of there. High pressure coming in from Cycli on the defensive end. She has been tremendous. But it's CARFU, back ball in hand, looking to surge back up the center of the pitch. See time and time again, they've got multiple bodies going in, trying to come away with the steal. Another low pass hits Tran a little bit at the feet. They're looking to try and find some space back on the near side. Good little step, cutting through. Gets Henich back into the action and keeps things moving. Baker with it. Takes it over the 10-meter line. Hanging on to it a little bit, and as you mentioned, just a little discombobulated there. Not a clear runner with it, but coming through is Egbutu. She's been tremendous throughout this match, contest for it, and a great job to be able to secure possession there for CARFU. And the ladies from the Chicago area have broken through, and it's Miranda Zanka. Yet again, she has had a number of solid runs, and just when they need it, Zanka is able to take it the distance and give CARFU their first try of the second half.
And you look here, clapping for the ball. She wants it, puts her head down, and between two defenders, just finds that gap and churns those legs through. She will not be stopped with an arm tackle. She felt it. She saw it. Clapping for that ball. Let her scrum half know. Feed it to me. I'm going to touch this down. We need some points. And you got to be happy with putting points on the board in the second half here. Again, not the outcome they wanted, but way to fight until the end here. And I look for them to try to get this restart kick and march down the field, do it again. They've got great pieces here. Just keep going straight ahead. They've got some good go forward. Got 5 minutes left. Throw everything against the wall.
Tio with the kick up and through. Injured player down is Sandra Egbutu. She's the one that kind of started the action, the big number 5 there at the top of your screen. Got them into position. She seems to be okay.
Yeah, she was the one who got things going and put this CARFU team in a great position to score. And with that big run, Ohio was out of sorts on defense, and that's what really created that mismatch and that gap there for Zanka, because they were so out of line after that deep, long run.
Zonka out there looking like big number 39 back for the Miami Dolphins. Larry Zonka out there. She gets the try to her name. 4 minutes left to play here for CARFU. Struggle for it. Hands in on both sides maybe that time, but eventually it is going to be Ohio that gets dinged with the penalty through Skylar Laws. Quick tap. We'll send this one back in from Henich. Subs coming in. KJ Ulrich with her first carry of the match. 3 minutes away now from the final whistle. Another take from Egbutu, who's been able to get back up to her feet and continue the fight. The mainstay on this squad. Again, ladies in pink continue to shoot forward with this blitz defense that has really slowed down this high-powered attack for CARFU. They're looking for something out of there on the right-hand side. But again, they're able to get Fabian down with ease and catch them again on their heels. Another big-time pop coming through from Taylor Powell. Jars that one. And CARFU just happy to play with the possession here. But this unrelenting defense continues to flex its muscles. This time they get the errant pass to be able to come free. Ball in hand again for Ohio. Through the hands they go. Cycli with it on the outside. Beautiful step inside and then back out. And the speed to finish it off as well. A hat trick to her name. What a great run there from Kayla Cycli out of Ohio Wesleyan for the score.
Just get the ball in her hands and let her do the rest. She cuts left, she cuts right, weaving in between. And notice, they get that out. Looks like she might take it to the corner. Like I said, she cuts in, she cuts out, a little fend, and then it's a foot race, and she has enough to get it done. Just a fun player to watch, really manipulating that defense with her great footwork. And yeah, third try of the game. Ohio has really blown it open in this second half.
Up 36 points in the second half. She decides to not take the kick there, leave it off to someone else, and that will do it. A tremendous statement there for the Ohio Rugby Union, and they are your 2026 U23 women's champions. A great effort there, and you see how much it means to them. We will step aside. We thank you for joining us. We've still got plenty of rugby in the hopper. Stay tuned.